Take it. honestly, I think we're
Let me go, go,
just happy.
till I find my peace. Go, go, get your clothes on me. Go, go, till I find my peace of mind.
Was the last time I fell in love? First time I saw you. Was the last time I fell in love? First time I saw you. Was the last time I fell in love?
Let me go, go, get your clothes on me. Go, go, till I find my peace of mind.
Was the last time I fell in love? First time I saw you. Was the last time I fell in love? First time I saw you. Was the last time I fell in love?
When I'm lost in you, smile like I think I'm paralyzed. Lose you, oh, I'd rather die. Something I don't think about lately.
Was the last time I fell in love?
When I'm lost in you, smile like I think I'm paralyzed. Lose you, oh, I'd rather die. Something I don't think about lately.
Was the last time I fell in love?
Lose you, oh, I'd rather die.
Was the last time I fell in love? The first time I saw you. Was the last time I fell in love? The first time I saw you. Was the last time I fell in love?
I don't wanna forget the way that I feel off my chest. I know that this has gotta end. Holding on till there is nothing left. Till there's nothing left. Till there's nothing left. On till there is nothing left.
Yo, what's up, y'all? All right, let's get into it today. We got another day, a little bit more charts. Today we're gonna be looking at indices. We're gonna be looking at metals, oil, a lot of volatility that happened just in the last couple hours. So a pretty good amount to unpack. Looking forward to it. Excited to be with you guys another day. Extremely grateful. And my only reminder for you before we kick things off is to be here, to be present. We're gonna have the best session ever, and we're gonna keep having those. All right, so yeah, super stoked. Let's get after it today. I mean, we woke up, we're breathing, we get to put our skills to the test. You know, let's see how we do today. So I'm gonna pull up the charts. We're gonna get in here. But before we kick things off, let me know in the chat, what are you grateful for today? What are you truly grateful for today? There's a good chance you probably haven't given it any thought today. Not yet. It might be possible. So let's think about it just for a second. What's up, Jay? What's good, Papi Chulo? What's up, Foz? Joe? What's up, Harshi? What's good? Alfredo, Activo, Seth, Luis, Brandon, Taco Tuesday, Gabriel. We got Patrick in here, Corey. Who else we got? What else we got going on? Johnny, Jeff, Yoselin, Greg, Karen, Ruben, Tefi, buenos días. Un placer. Tefi, vamos a estar en El Salvador en junio, finales de junio. Rafa, Blipped, what's good? Yeah, grateful to have both your parents in communication to all family at any times. I love that. See you another day. Grateful for you too, bro. My family's cup of coffee. Yeah, I'm grateful for the cup of coffee I'm probably gonna have here, because Nancy's amazing, and at some point that'll be like right here. Carlos Veo, yes sir. What's up, Kazakhstan? What's up, cuz? Mira, primo. What's good, bro? What's up, Sean, my guy? Alright, anyways. Appreciate y'all. Good to see you, Sergio. Zaya. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get up to speed. We have a few minutes till market opens. We saw a pretty massive, like a pretty aggressive dump here by NASDAQ throughout the night. So huge movement to the downside, and a breakout that we haven't quite seen with Dow Jones yet. So we definitely have pending movement here. Remember, guys, this was what we wanted to sell yesterday with Dow. So yesterday we had a sell zone, a buy zone on the radar. So the sell finally played out. Unfortunately for at least for me, maybe some of you were more fortunate, but this did trigger before I was in on the charts or anything. So yeah, sadly, no dice for me, man. No dice. But this was one of the setups we were looking for. Now, big picture. Can we work our way up to this area here on the 4-hour with Dow Jones? Absolutely. But does it need to happen right now? Not quite. So I'm not really banking on it happening right now. Let's go dive into slightly lower time frames to see if, what can we really get out of the market today. So big picture, can we break outside of the range that we've seen since last week? Yeah, definitely. And can we get below the zone that we're seeing as well? Yes. So let's get into a bit more detail. Remember, there was a pending buy order right here. So it sweeps the highs. We had imbalance left. We hadn't quite worked our way there. So just recently, we get here, specifically with this 6 a.m. Central Time candle. So taps the zone and drops off, successfully trading down to here for a 3R. Now, you also had a nice little sweep here during London, which was a quick sell-off. So the market rejects this, comes up to here, It's not doing it though. It's not doing the thing. SPX buy from the low. Yeah, I can look at that, man, for sure. I see Euro gangs in here. All right. So, massive difference between NASDAQ and Dow. NASDAQ has just been dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. So, extremely, extremely different. Whereas Dow had nothing to do with that, right? We're not seeing any of that kind of movement whatsoever. And so yesterday, if you remember, we're seeing the market crash down. So the thing is, right, NQ has just been way more bullish than everything in sight. Right? NASDAQ's been making all-time highs. S&P has been making all-time highs. So NQ finally kind of drops back down to Friday's price action. You know, trading it where we kind of have a huge sell-off here from last Thursday. So we start to work our way a little bit lower, whereas Dow Jones is still in the same zone, right? Consolidating, still in this Thursday big sell-off. So as you look at a slightly higher time frame, technically Dow is still all the way down here in this big candle, whereas NQ is barely, like, kind of just tapped into where everything started to sell off. So even higher time frame, NQ is still kind of trading above where Dow Jones is trading. All right, so big picture, things are still moving sideways and still not as bullish for NQ, but in real time, yes, that is the case. We are seeing some movement. So what can we have happen right now? Right, what can we have happen right now for NQ? Now, NQ took out a whole bunch of liquidity. So you see a big spike to the downside. And honestly, NASDAQ trading out of here is very, very possible. We see the market start to sell off from here. You see it moving sideways the last 30 minutes. So it really is, it wouldn't surprise me if we see the market start to rally, considering how much liquidity we just swept right here. So I'm going to approach this with a half risk. Oh, I'm not logged in. What? All right. So I'm going to approach this with a half risk, just because in the big picture, I do still think that we have a decent chance here with the market. What? Alright, so I like my odds over here. Oh, why didn't this limit just trigger? No. Oh, that's going to be diabolical. I think I was less than a second away from that actually triggering. No way, bro. So looking at price action, honestly, I'm going to delete it. No, I can't delete it no more. Here's why. As it was working its way down, right now in the price action we're sitting in, Dow starts to push bullish way faster, right? Way faster. So honestly, I think this trade's might not go very well. I'm gonna delete it right now if I can. Let's see here. Now here's why. Do I see kind of a shakeout? Yeah. You see the market push down, come back up. But even right now, price action is still back and forth between indices. So like Dow and Q, it's really like, it's so back and forth where like, is the market really going to do it? Is it going to make a shakeout? So with this massive push down, liquidity capture, we come back up, we're moving sideways. So independently, NQ looks decent, but because the way that Dow and NQ are moving back and forth, I wasn't completely sold, so I could have kept the trade, honestly. But you see how like NQ now is going up, Dow is going down. A minute ago, Dow is going higher, NQ is going down. So that back and forth price action, I'm not typically a huge fan when the market's moving like that. So I decided to just stay out, but obviously this trade already would have been, chilling. take profit, if I was still in this, would be sitting a little bit higher, kind of trading back to where we sold off from, and that puts you at a super clean 3R. So if you're gonna hold this, if you are still holding this, then awesome. Obviously you're in profit. I would at least have my stop loss in reduced risk, if not at entry. So considering how quick I had to make decisions here, I think that's really why I was a little bit more indecisive with it, and mainly because we had Dow going up and down and up, and like they were just moving so wishy-washy between each other. Yeah, I didn't really like that. So, but here are my thoughts on where the market can target today. So we have liquidity sitting right over here. So a lot of retail buyers still build up tons of liquidity here for Dow Jones. A bit more over here. I don't have any entries for Dow right now. None at all. None whatsoever. What we could see, possibly, depending on how the market unfolds, you saw how we had this big, nice, clean sweep to the downside here. Right, we trade down to here. Even this, I mean, NQ is still kind of leaving behind some equal lows. So there are retail buying positions right here. So even then, if we were to break these highs and create higher highs, keep the demand there, there's still honestly a decent chance the market comes down here. So I mean, I could have been in profit right now had I not closed that trade, but it's really kind of irrelevant to me, just because at this point, even trading that with half risk, it still felt like there was vulnerabilities to this trade. So I'm not tripping on it too much. A lot of times, one of the downsides to trading is the potential, right? What could have happened, how much I could have been making. And that's going to just drive you insane because there's just unlimited setups all of the time. You can look at the market from so many different angles and convince yourself that if I would have done it this way or that way, like it would have been good. So yeah, I mean, we had it. The idea was the following, just to give you guys further clarity. With this kind of aggressive liquidity sweep here, taking out Friday's New York session lows, taking out Friday's London session lows, and then trading back up to here, seeing the market start to maintain structure for the last 30 minutes or so, and then drop into this level. Basically this move here, the way it's going down, that's meant to entice sellers. So when the market dumps into here specifically at New York Open, the timing of it all also makes it pretty good. So had I only been focused on NQ, I think this is a trade that would have just been a full R trade. But because of Dow's back and forth, I don't know. It threw me off. I'm gonna be honest, it threw me off. So this trade could have been a banger, but instead, we're just gonna smile and wave. Just gonna smile and wave. All right. In the meantime, you said Diesel, you bought S&P at these lows. So let's see, what are you trading exactly? Okay, I get it. I see it. So we had this last sweep from Friday's New York session. Market gives you higher highs, so you have bullish structure. On not really, the 15-minute broke the low, but on the 1 hour, you're still bullish. And then from here, you traded out of this order block. Or you had your stops here, so you traded this sell-off. And then things are just rolling smooth. Cool. You bought at 71.58. Is that currencies or is that futures? Future, because it makes a difference, Like, well, obviously they're all indices, but I mean, is that CFDs? My bad. CFDs or futures. Okay, 58. Ah, cool. Did you take it here? And were you also trading kind of 15-hour? Yesterday's. Oh, okay. So you traded yesterday's low right here. Got you. I understand why you would take this. The only downside is remember like where the market's trading across all of indices. So you wanting to take a buy over here. Let's say you're looking to take a trade here. I totally get it. You have the sweep below the low. You have a bullish structure, so you wanting it to maintain 5-15 minute structure. But the downside was S&P starts crashing, NAS starts crashing, NQ starts crashing, but YM, right? Dow Jones is not is holding the setup so much better. So Dow is trading way higher. So I think that's the only thing that I would see what you could have worked on is the divergence between them. There was just a massive, massive distinction. Anyone holding on to NQ right now? NQ or S&P? All right. So while this is I think Mondo's in that joint. All right. Meanwhile, we've seen gold just absolutely plummet. Look at this thing. Gold just bleeding out. At this point now, if gold keeps trading like this, we're bearish. Like, we are bearish on metals. If we trade and we hold here, which is looking like is the case, like the market overall is bearish. And we haven't really seen that in quite some time. Okay. So is there an entry for gold anywhere soon? I think we'd have to go all the way back. No, it wasn't that, my bad. It wasn't that Dow was bullish exactly. It was less bearish. Like, the drops were just way less aggressive. If in real time, like, it wasn't like Dow was pumping up and then NQ and S&P were going down. They were all kind of just going down. So I think with gold, it depends on how silver is moving too. But seeing a gold buy around here, so 4,500, really anywhere around 4,540, right? 4,540, 4,530, 2045, 25, like that range is starting to look pretty good. Let's take a look at how the market's moving here. So look at this on the 4 hour. You'll kind of notice here's a clean sweep down before a continuation. I did have another zone below it marked up, but this looks pretty good. And if you look at silver, silver working its way down super great. We caught the low, we caught April's low last time. So here we called the low, and then this thing absolutely ripped well above the 80s. So silver right now just broke the 4 hour low before kind of just eating it right back up and getting over to here. So we got below April 12th level, trading closer to this April 7th dump that happens here. Gold trading well below April 12th and below April 2nd price action. So, I mean, we're starting to see some good movement. Based on what I have pulled up here, I still think gold can go lower. I mean, I don't see textbook shakeout setups right now with gold or silver. Silver fails to make the higher high. It kind of goes up and right back down. So right now, I'm not too convinced on any ideas with metals for buys. I'm gonna kind of stay out of that. Meanwhile, though, NQ successfully hits the 3R. So, yeah, that's a wrap. quick move. We had it. We nailed it. I never really do that. I never really get in a trade and get out like that, which is really interesting. Definitely the way Dow was moving had me reconsidering. I came into a decision so quickly on NQ as well. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not a perfect trader. I never claimed to be one. But, as good as I am, every once in a while, there's something throws me off, and I'm like, yeah, all right, I guess this is not going to be the trade I keep taking. But it was there, right there in front of you. We had it, we broke it down, and it's a wrap. So hopefully some of you were able to take advantage of this kind of idea, and maybe we do get something more out of this. We have a 1 minute, like the 1 minute is pretty much, it's not perfect equal low, but it's pretty close. Let me see on NQ itself. It slightly breaks under. So could there be opportunity for an entry here again? Could you get a buy position here? I'd say there's a possibility, but I will add that, and this is just one candle. I wouldn't say there's so much liquidity right here anyways. But if we get strong price action out of here, like if we keep trading up here or go even higher, then I do think that this could be a good zone for buys. So we'll keep an eye on this. But if the market, let's say, time goes by 30 minutes, an hour, hours go by, and then we end up getting a reversal later in the day, then yeah, I think we have a good opportunity here. But what at least I'm, consciously considering is, all right, there's no reason to force a trade quickly. Like, oh man, I missed out on this trade. What could have been, and then you find yourself in trades right away. You're telling yourself a story that isn't quite true. So, got to be mindful of that. Now, oil, 1 hour time frame. We have not just broken above these highs, but now we're starting to hold it down. We were going from, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows over here, and then we finally, we started to trade higher, but every time we were getting above, we were losing. It was losing momentum. Price wasn't maintaining these highs. Kept coming back down, kept coming back down, kept coming back down. So you didn't have clarity on whether there was actual buyers in this area, and oh yeah, we do now. So now market's been trading up here successfully for hours on end. We get above here now, so the 4 hour. All right, so we start to zoom out. We talked about this. Oh, you know what? I think I had a zone up here. Dang. Well, whatever. We sweep these highs, right? So we sweep the April highs that we had seen over here, and then immediately we come back down. So we definitely clear very, very strong levels here, and the market dumps aggressively as it takes out this high, we come back down, immediately come right back up. So not a lot of demand when it came crashing down. Market comes up. So it's a big sweep of momentum. This doesn't quite take London lows out. Comes up, and then we're just kind of seeing price fill this gap, fill this wick really nicely. So can you do anything here? You know, is there anything worth trading? For me, I'm not really looking to be in anything here with oil. I'm kind of just staying away from oil. I don't have enough evidence right now. Patrick, you said it's good zones for buys even with price kind of retracing and filling imbalance. For what? NQ? Or what are you talking about? Retracing? Where did it retrace and fill imbalance? Walk me through it. We pushed down here. The market, comes up, quick move down, continuation, order block, chops up a little bit at resistance, continues. No, you did. I like the buy for later if it holds structure, but I don't see the imbalance fill. Where did it fill imbalance over here? And then now we've been trading above the highs for about 10 minutes. I meant with the shakeout. Yeah, the shakeout's done, for sure. The market lured in sellers. So this would be a mitigation buy. Because you have a liquidity sweep of about 50 minutes worth of retail buys. So basically, it would be closing this big sell-off candle, the New York open candle. It'd be closing that out. So I'd be looking for buys basically here. Yeah, I'd be looking for buys like right there. And then targeting the next highs, which would be taking this towards basically towards London highs. Something like this. What do I think about buys on Dow at 49,240? I doubt it. I don't know. I don't think so, just because it's going to depend on how NQ is moving too, which you mentioned. Like, I see your point. We have huge, you have the massive liquidation here. So Dow just obliterates these Friday, April 24th buyers, Sunday, Monday. Like, this was a big sweep. So a lot of money, right? Gets swept right there. There's definitely an imbalance right here. So seeing price come back into this area, this can be a reversal zone. I totally see that. But the fact that Dow is really struggling to go higher, and NQ and S&P are only pushing higher, I don't know. I don't think. We'll see. I don't think I'll try. I take that. I feel like the market won't be set up for it. But hey, maybe it will. So I understand the play independently. However, since I do trade kind of the full context of the asset class, so NQ, Dow, S&P, then I can't go and tell you right now. Thanks, man. yeah, I can't go and say like, oh, for sure, like I'm gonna take that. But just like you're saying, right? If everything's lined up, then yeah, it could be decent. So okay, let's look at this now. Now the market traded above this structure for, let's say what, 12 minutes currently. If NQ were to crash right now and trade down to here, then is this a good buy position right now? Well, I'd say that there's the first thing I'm looking at is can NASDAQ or can Dow sweep a whole bunch of this liquidity? So if Dow were to get below these lows right now, then I would buy NQ. But look at this, like right now NQ just tapped the zone. So it's meeting resistance, the previous high that we just saw. So it's rejecting that right now. I would want to see Dow go lower. I'd want to see Dow keep pushing, sweep liquidity. Because remember, if there's liquidity, if the buyers now have more money to be exchanged with, then that's when the market's going to reverse. Like why, for example, think about this. When you get big movements, so for example, here, right, we got this pretty big move on NQ. The market goes just about 180 points. So if the reason that there's all of these buyers in the market can keep pushing higher and higher is because there were enough orders available, there were enough sell positions available to be bought, right? So that also has to be the case when the markets are getting to certain zones. So right now, if we keep seeing the markets dump, is there enough orders? So, I mean, people have been buying Dow for the last 90 minutes almost. But to get a major reversal right now, So I'm not just green lighting this NQ buy, this NASDAQ buy, not yet. So what we do have, and Seth, appreciate you. What we do have in a few minutes is consumer confidence. That's an orange folder news. That can definitely be enough to get some movement going, to shake things up a little bit. But look at price action now. Dow is not just going downwards. It's not breaking lows. It's kind of holding up right now. While NQ is only going back down. So this trade was really nice, this shakeout, because we had excellent entry, excellent exit. But this price action now isn't great because look at how NASDAQ is going lower and lower and lower and lower. But now we're not seeing the same out of Dow. Dow now is all of a sudden like, I'm not with the bears, man. I'm with the bulls. So I'm staying out of this. If it were to play out, cool. But for now, I'm okay. Here's the thing though. Look, we just played out of this order block. So look at how we just rejected this. And Q just rejects this area right here. Alright, so we play out of here. Okay, that doesn't mean everything's mitigated. Not for me. That's rejecting the order block specifically. And look how it goes up, but now Dow is going back down. Alright, so maybe there is hope for this trade. If Dow were to crash again, so let me go dual screen because now we have possibilities. You know, there's a chance here. So if we were to see Dow keep going lower, and break below these lows like I've mentioned. And then that drives NASDAQ to this area. Okay, then I'm open to a play. So let's see where we go. I could see Dow breaking this low here. And then I'm curious to see where that takes NQ. And what's also just something to keep in mind is S&P. S&P is following NQ a bit more closely than Dow Jones. So look at how S&P is leaving imbalances here. I think S&P can go lower though. Like, I think this probably wants to push down into here. All right, look at NQ now and look at YM. All right, YM still going lower, still going lower, still going lower. NQ rejecting this order block actually really well. So I want to see how this goes. Where do we get? If all is well, then it looks like 5 contracts for me. Roughly $500 risk per account for most. And let's see what we have going on. This is just about to break the low that we saw earlier. Now it's starting to break through. Here's Dow pushing lower with the news. Not quite breaking through London lows yet, but it's getting closer. Let's see. Not enough for me to be in anything. Definitely not buying NQ up here. Can we get this below London lows, maybe even down to these areas that Corey was talking about? So the way we have this now, the way it's moving now, like, it looks pretty good. I'm just gonna set my position. I'm gonna just set my limit now. Let's see if we get it. There's a chance that maybe the market just wanted to take these lows out, and then if it does recover, it might just keep going. So I mean, that's also possible. But what I don't want to do is force anything. All right. Let's see. Did my stream drop at some point? Oh, it did. Okay, I think we're good now, but it looks like it did drop for a sec. Oh, it's on my thing. It, like, I saw a spike down, so it kind of shows you, your viewers and all that good stuff. And I saw like a 50% imbalance fill. I was like, yo, what the fuck happened? Yo, I have a question for y'all. So I'm on the road to, I'm always looking to stack more accounts and all that good stuff. And I know a lot of you guys are obviously respect, kind of my opinion on what firms are good, since I'm using a lot of different ones. And thank you so much. And like, we're getting, because of the way that the payout structures are, I have relationships with some of these. Get you guys specific codes and all that good stuff. But in order to get to a certain goal that I have to find, I have to branch out beyond TopStep, Tradeify, Lucid, etc. Other ones like Top One, etc. So basically my point is, is there any that you guys are using that are not TopStep, Lucid, Tradeify, that you've gotten paid out from or that you've had a good experience with? Because I'm trying to, we got a certain number we're going for here. So yeah, let me know what you guys are using on the future side of things. I don't want to overcomplicate things by going back to CFDs and having to get all crazy with different types of copy trading. So let me know in the chat. I know a few of you are using Apex. Let me know if you've gotten a paid out with them and what that's been like for you recently. I've used them in the past. I've been over $1 million in funding with them, but we just had issues. So yeah, y'all let me know. I'm very curious. Like, I'm running out of firms that I genuinely 100% trust. So good problems, you know. Nothing to be mad. I'm not mad about it. But yeah, keep me posted. Let me know. While we wait to see if we're gonna get Dow to break below these London lows here, just giving you guys reminders, right? Tomorrow, if you're a beginner trader, don't miss tomorrow's webinar. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central, we're going over what our hands-on program looks like, which is our fast track program. This is like, it was amazing to see in March, just people like in 2 weeks get funded. A week after finishing the program, get funded from starting from basically scratch, or having only a month or two of experience. And for people that have been trading for a while, but like you're in the year-round trading, but you're not really like, you just haven't been able to get the terminology, understand risk, contracts, the system, entry, exit. Like, it's just, you feel completely stalled. Make sure you're there tomorrow. Or if you're just brand new to futures, like maybe you've been trading but you're new to futures, then that is definitely something that you should check out. So see if that's the right fit for you. If you're an experienced, advanced trader, then that's not for you tomorrow. Just so you guys are, you know, I don't want to waste any of your time either. All right, buenos dias, Kevin. What's good? Fast track was goated. Appreciate you, Nick. I'm glad, man. It was great. I got a lot of clarity. And honestly, Patrick, you were already, you know, like further on too. So I think it was a really good stepping stone for a couple of you towards just being very independent, or for, you know, being in the next stage towards a syndicate program. Yeah, right now, guys, like this is kind of, it's just grinding its way through. We have a lot of support around here with Dow, so I am expecting another leg down here with Dow Jones, and honestly, that might even push us below this area too. There's a chance we get a little bit of a bounce right here, but going one leg further makes sense. Now, you see how the market's like struggling to go lower here with NQ. I think in these moments, some people might take that, like some people might buy in this area. I personally won't. And if you want to register for the Fast Track program, here's the link for it. So it's right there. But I'm not really like looking to buy if I feel pretty good about Dow going lower. If Dow goes lower, then it should push NQ even lower. So if NASDAQ rips and it keeps going higher and higher and I'm not in that trade, that's okay. All right, so one of the things that I see traders, you know, because I review, you know, hundreds of journals, thousands of journals throughout a year, and we're looking at, and even here, like I'm looking at thousands of trades, and one of the biggest things that happen is it's just the FOMO, and FOMO can come from a lot of different places. So the fear of missing out is common as a trader, because you know you want to hit your goals and you want to do it now. so that's kind of what you know, that's kind of the issue that you can run into at times. So we'll do this. We'll come back to this. Limits already set. We can go look at a couple different things. Let's go take a look at majors. I know we were looking at metals, and metals have continued to work their way down here. Let's go on one screen. Let's zoom out some more. I don't think that, like I said, there was not enough proof for me to start looking to position myself in buys with metals. I mean, I kind of see it, right? We had the big push down, but then we fill the entire imbalance. Right? We fill the entire imbalance here, and then we work our way lower. So maybe some of you were looking for buys in this area for gold or maybe buys in this area for silver. But considering that, I think we can still see even indices go lower. It just wasn't my favorite. I did see a lot of liquidity, so I totally could understand why you're looking for buys here. But typically I would want to see the market kind of fill some of this imbalance and do it the way it was doing it here. But the fact that we filled it entirely, I think I preferred it differently. But I also wouldn't be surprised if it plays out. So let me know, is anyone in gold buys? Anyone take buys below this imbalance here? I feel like I could see 100% some of you being in buys right now. Outside of that, right, we had oil. Not looking for any positions on oil. And then that brings us to dollar pairs. So anyone here in any currency, forex pairs right now? We've seen a little bit of a rally this morning with currencies. That pound sell that I think, who was it? I don't know if Omar, I think you were looking for one. Yes, sir, you were asking about it. So that moved pretty well. I still prefer euro sells here, like I shared a few days back. So euro sells because we're just so bearish. And then same thing goes with the yen or with the peso. Yeah. So yeah, this is moving pretty well. Now, I know we're trading at lower levels with a lot of different currencies, so some of you might be looking for buy positions, right? Can there be decent buys with currencies right now? And it looks like if there was anything that was going to give us a buy position, it was either going to be CAD or Australian. Australian here had, you have the low right over here. The pullback has been pretty minimal, so it hasn't retraced too aggressively. Worked its way about 50%. And then right now it looks like it just mitigated the sell-off from, which was the open of the week. The open of the week happens exactly during Australian session, so it plays right into the open and then rejects. So if that was something that you were looking for, then obviously that's happened right now. But the big sell-off is this one right here. This is the major position. I think Maya might like this trade too, apparently. So big sweep, takes out plenty of buyers, comes into this imbalance over here a little bit more. It trades up to here, market trades above this all of Monday. London, New York, into Australian Asian session, and then works its way down. So yeah, the question is really where in this zone makes sense. And so this is something you would look at in the evening. So at least if you're in the US here. So during that session, during Asian session, could be worth checking out. We do have CPI for Australia tonight. So CPI for Australia at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So yeah, guys, we'll be in the syndicate session. So we'll trade this live. We'll see if there's an option. As I look at this, I mean, we've seen a lot of clean levels of support around really anywhere below kind of the 71% pullback. So as I'm looking at this, I feel like really anywhere over here looks good, kind of right below the 71. So a buy with this idea kind of makes sense. Getting into it like right around here. The stop loss, I think we can cut it a little bit tighter considering we've already rebalanced like right here. And then, yeah, seeing it through. So CPI today, I could have this go further. Quickly just checking back in with NQ. YM looks like it wants to keep going lower. NQ just maintaining good bullish structure. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna share this. There's CPI news today. So taking this up to the high gives it about a 3R. That's good enough for me. So let's see. Today's setups, and we are April 28th, 2026. Almost 4 months done with the year. Wild. The sirens are going crazy out there right now. Can you take that bone from me? Alright. So I know, guys, that NQ trade was perfect earlier. I could have fed y'all. Tacos already could have been had. So I failed you all. We're seeing the liquidity sweep right now. Alright, so let me get the dual screen going again. Alright, so NQ slowly working its way lower while Dow is cruising its way down. Look at that, dude. Dow cooking. Bleeding out. Look at this thing. And NASDAQ is just chilling. Just chilling. It's not like it's like, okay, whatever, dude. I'm about to rip. That's really, really interesting. Didn't even flinch. So this is probably going to be explosive. It's kind of a bummer because now, I feel pretty confident about NQ going up. The problem is, okay, well, what if you take the buy now? Well then, okay, where's your stop loss? Is it here now? It's still a 60-point stop. Is it here now? Where, this is efficient. So do you take your buy from here and your stop is here? Is that a setup that you can duplicate? Now what I see better, what I could understand a little bit more now would be, damn girl, how thirsty are you? What I could understand a bit better now would be the gold buys. Right? The gold shakeout now these are correlated, right? So you see how gold here has this trade. We see the shakeout idea, and then it could run. So I think liquidity is about to enter the market. I'm gonna take a half risk buy on gold from here, because I think liquidity is about to enter the market overall, and the shakeout makes a lot more sense to me now. Plus, silver is dropping more; it's more bearish now, so things are kind of lining up so that this gold shakeout makes sense. So I took gold shakeout. That YM move also, if you were like, you know what, I think YM is a good trade. I just independently YM on its own, I think it's worth buying. Then honestly, I get it too. NQ was an immovable object apparently. Just was not gonna move. So whatever. It is what it is. It was not dropping. So I just didn't have the right stop loss placed in for that move. I couldn't tell you what, it just didn't fit a plan for me. So, but gold was in the context, it was all aligned. So cool. I went with gold, and it looks like it's playing out. Obviously, quick in-game decision. Part of becoming a experienced trader. This is you earn it. You earn your time in the game. Is making real-time quick decisions like that. So it looks like, was I the market maker? Maybe. Obviously not. But it was I want you guys to use these moments and these examples so that you can see like the markets. Can you predict them perfectly? No, obviously not. But are there signs? Yes. Is liquidity real? Yes. Is it a coincidence that how often is there a coincidence for how often I take a trade on here and we have a whole bunch of money injected into the market at random times? Like, guys, is there a news event right now at like 9:17, 9:16 Central Time? No, there's not. There's no news here. There's nothing happening. So, like, is it a shock that this trade was able to play out and that as soon as we got in, there was a big pump? No. So, yeah, anyways, for this trade, I think first target, if you're looking for anything, would be to kind of clear these highs over here. Considering that the market can, there's a lot of liquidity everywhere. So, like, even trading all the way up to London, way up here, obviously makes sense. I think I want to take some profit off the table when we start to clear these highs, just in case that's all there was. If we get there, and then, we kind of have the Hail Mary, which should be pushing beyond London highs as well. So, taking it up to here would be cool. That's obviously a massive move. But I think I'll take half my position once we clear these highs if we get that far. So for now, we're starting to get a movement. Y'all really don't play ever, and you're just landing. They're never playful. Dude, they're not playful that often. All right, whatever. But when I'm live, they want to make a ruckus. It's pretty cute though. Not gonna lie, it's pretty adorable. We got dogs getting payouts before GTA 6. Just want to give my review on Apex. I did get paid out with 250k accounts, 1k each. They drag to approve and send the money sometimes. That's what I want to do with that. Yeah, no, it took my dad months to get paid out. Equalos on silver. I like that market. Sweep that before into gold. Okay. Cool. Nice little YM rejection out of here. Great. This is what I was saying. I could definitely see YM just go. Since it looked like NQ wasn't going to, it just wasn't doing anything. And look at NASDAQ now. Now NASDAQ's being all weird. They do pay. Oh, they drag? Yeah. They definitely drag. But that's the thing, how is it, that's just not the kind of business that, at least I would want to be involved in. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. Now, guys, what I could see happening here, so while gold is doing its thing, we'll see how far we go. Regarding stop loss management with gold, I think I want to see it break around here before I start moving any stops. But what I want to add is I wouldn't be surprised if we get S&P clearing liquidity right here. S&P is building up a nice little trend line right there. Didn't mitigate gold with that push down. I'm not trading mitigation of anything. Oh, you're saying, I think, so you might be trading differently, right? I'm not trading just this drop right there, but I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to look at it that way. I haven't done the contract swap on silver, so that is definitely going to make a difference. What I'm trading more so is that sellers were enticed into the market here. So we had the big sweep that captured tons of liquidity. Then we had the market consolidating. You have retail sellers and buyers in this range. When the market dumps the way that it does here, this lures in even more sellers. And so I'm buying the liquidity from them. That's kind of like my perspective right now. Let's see. If we're looking at silver futures, yeah, the new one is SILN, and then you can check if there's more or less volume there right now. Then the current one, then SILK. So look, with this move that we're seeing now, like all of a sudden now Dow is just ripping, and then let me go ahead and delete this real quick. So I'm gonna delete NQ limits. If things make sense later, then cool, but for now, not so much. But what does Dow look like it could be setting up as? Let's say you didn't take this. What kind of setup does this look like it could be creating? Brandon, you asked, would you say that the push down / imbalance was already filled on the gold shakeout? I mean, immediately I'd say no, since I took the trade. So we came into here, came back up, came in again. I mean, did it fill this imbalance? Yes, like this little 1 minute one here, sure. But we still have an inefficiency right here, like this push, right? In this push, we have like this area that I think this is kind of more of the target. But yeah, I mean, when the market came down to here, came back up, yeah, it rebalanced this. Like you got a decent pullback right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Corey, you've explained in 3 different ways why you don't like gold, bro. I hear you. Okay, you don't like my trade, and I'm gonna take it personal. Okay. You can see NQ. You see how NQ's shifted. Right now, it's just working its way down. S&P is as well. Now Dow. So now everything's starting to move around pretty much smoothly the same. If we end up getting something like this with Dow, then we could get the buy. So let's see if it holds up. So S&P this whole time also built up tons of liquidity. All right, you get all of this. So sweep into this area over here, honestly, wouldn't surprise me either. The market came up to here, chopped up. So trading down to here, I could see this happening. Yeah, I canceled my NQ order. I did. For now. I accidentally put the trade from gold on GCM. Can I save it in any way? What do you mean, can you save it? I mean, you could take profit if you want to just make sure you don't, blow it. Like, I mean, maybe it'll make you a lot of money. I don't know, but that's getting a little risky. So you could take some profit. If you're up right now, you'd be up probably 10 times more than what you normally would be up. Thanks, Corey. Brandon, I think it makes sense. I don't. Did my explanation from your imbalance flip question? Did that make sense or no? But yeah, for gold, if you took it on GCM, then you probably are up a good amount. I would say probably just take profit, and if you get a pullback into your entry again, then get in again. With the stops that make sense. If it just keeps going, then yeah. But I wouldn't stay in a GCM trade if you're meant to be in an MGCM trade, because you're trading 10 times more than what you should be, risk wise. So it's cool when you're in profit. It's very not cool when you're at a loss. It's very unsettling. All right, we covered that, and then this is what I forgot to mention this, but one of the main reasons that I was feeling good about buys overall on indices and metals is because of where we're at with Bitcoin. Bitcoin finally got to both our mitigation zones. So yeah, now I think I could see Bitcoin reverse out of here, maybe even a little bit lower. So with Bitcoin being in this higher time frame reversal zone, I think that we get pretty clean reversals overall. So because when Bitcoin makes them, like when everything is aligned across the board, then we tend to see pretty clean movement anyways. All right, updates, guys, with the stocks side of things as well. Obviously, we've kind of been back and forth with the market right now. Not a ton is up on the day, with stocks like less than 2% for the majority of things, or really ranging from being down 2% to being up 2% across most, as you guys can see. So yeah, pretty mellow day across the board. Nothing too exciting. Spotify down 11% today. That's a pretty big one. Big dump. Sweeping this liquidity, trading into February's price. So if you are a Spotify enthusiast or would want to be involved in this, looks like a big liquidity sweep here right now. So this looks like decent buys. All right, cool. All right, guys, so right now I'm active in a gold buy. I have my thoughts on, I'm curious to see where we go with indices today. We're still pushing a little bit lower. So this is getting closer and closer to that original buy entry that we were interested in over here on NQ. I'm not necessarily going to take that quite yet. I want to see what happens here. The difference between how NASDAQ and Dow moves. And same thing with S&P. I think S&P probably cracks these lows as well to trade a little bit lower. So if indices, anything happens there, then I'll keep you guys in the loop in the school community. Otherwise, it looks like I'm getting closer to being able to move my stop into to break even here. So rally another 40, 50 pips points, then we'll be good to go there. So here we go. Let's see. There. You good, Doug? All right, cool. Yeah, guys, that's it for me. Remember, we'll be live again tomorrow morning. Tomorrow evening, we have our fast track program. We have a webinar to break it all down. So if you're a newer trader, you want just hands-on 30 days straight, just go 1 to 100 with your trading. Then go ahead and check that out. Obviously, no commitment necessary while you're there. And then and yeah, guys, if you right now you've been trading for a while and you're like, man, I just want to transform my trading. I'm done being the trader that I've been. I've been doing this for long enough, and I want to just transform it. And you want to lock in with us for a year straight with all the feedback in the world, then check out our syndicate program. So the fast track program, you'll see here in a second. That link I dropped earlier, and then the syndicate program, I'll drop a link there as well. But stay disciplined, guys. Don't rush anything, and we'll see you. We'll be here again tomorrow. All right. Take care, y'all. Peace.